Hey everybody, Sean here from HolsingersFlyShop.com. Today on our video we're going to tie an egg-sucking leech pattern. This is a pattern that we use with a lot of success when on our recent trip up to Olcott, New York to fish 18 Mile Creek for salmon and brown trout. Caught a lot of salmon and we caught some brown trout on it too. This is a pattern kind of like our conehead bead or bunny leech that we tied, except we're going to switch the conehead out with an egg. So you get to see how you tie a single egg and another bunny leech pattern. So hope you enjoy watching it, and thanks for watching. Okay, to tie the egg-sucking leech pattern, what we're going to use, doesn't really matter what color thread you use on this fly, because it's going to be covered up by the egg. This one I just happen to be using brown on it. So tie your thread on there, get it started. Okay, we're going to wrap your thread back to the back of the hook. Okay, the first thing we're going to put on this fly is our tail. For the tail, what we're going to use is Super Boo from Whiting Farms. Really fluffy. You see a lot of action in this. I really like this stuff. This is dyed purple is the color on it. You don't want your tail, for sure you don't want it to be any longer than the length of the hook. So I'm going to take it, measure it to the length of the hook, pinch it down, and we're just going to pinch it onto the hook. As always, do your soft loop and pull it down. We're going to tie that down onto the hook, wrap it back to the bend. By the way, we're tying this on a size 8 streamer hook. And then what I do, like to use this, build a little body to the fly. So I'll cut it up here, about 3/4 of the way up, leave a little bit, and now I'm going to tie this down just to add body to the fly, make it a little bit fuller. You don't have to do that, you can cut it back here, but as you see, it makes it a little bit thicker. Tie that down, tie it back to the back. Now the next thing we're going to use is purple Zonker strip, just bunny fur. You can get a Zonker strips is what you use for it. And I always take, to start this off, it makes it a little easier to tie down, I'll take the back corner of this, take my scissors, and I'll just trim it off at an angle there to make a short piece. Make it, the bunny strip is a evenly 1/8 inch strip is what I cut this at, is what I buy it at. I cut it off at an angle so it's easier to tie down, so you don't have that big bulky thing to tie down. Then you're just going to lay it on top, and we're going to tie it down pretty tight, and we'll wrap her down to the bend of the hook. Okay, this is, like I said, this is the same pattern as we tie our conehead bunny leech. We're doing the same thing here. The only difference is we're going to tie an egg at the end of it here. Now we're going to take and wrap this down. The leather side of the bunny strip goes against the hook. We're just going to keep pulling the fur back, makes it nice and neat, and wrap it towards the front. Like I said, you want to take this about 3/4 of the way up. Leave room for your egg at the front. This is a very nice fly. It's very big, bulky. You get a lot of movement out of this. A lot of guys will tie their egg-sucking leeches as like a woolly bugger with an egg on the front. I just happen to like these more because there's more life to them with the bunny leeches. Okay, once you got that 3/4 of the way up the front there, hold this up and we're going to tie it off. Nice tight loops here. Good and tight. Snip your fur off. Okay, now I'm just going to make sure that's good and tight on there and tied down. Okay. Now here comes the part, probably the trickiest part of this fly. We're going to use glow bug yarn for this. I just take and cut a strip about 1 inch long. What I'll do, I'll cut 2-inch long strips like this, and then I'm going to tear them in half. So I actually have 4 1-inch long strips, you see them, and I'll do that with another piece. Okay, now, and you'll see, you know, when you buy a jar of salmon eggs, you'll see the salmon egg. It'll have like a blood dot in the middle of it. I used the regular glow bug yarn for that, but the blood ball in the middle of it, I used the micro yarn, which I tied my sucker spawn with. You'll see it on the sucker spawn video. This is the same stuff. I'm going to put that on the top. Now I take my 4 pieces. I'm going to put 2 on the bottom, 2 underneath the hook. Just lay them up, even it out. I'm going to put 2 on the top, so you have 4 pieces going around. You're going to have completely surround that hook with your yarn. Then I'm going to tie your odd colored, your micro yarn strip on top. That's going to be our little blood dot on the top. Okay, now the key here is, this is the little bit difficult part. You want to hold all that on there. You're going to take your thread and you're going to make a real big soft loop around it. Get everything nice and in line where it needs to be. You see how I got a soft loop, and you're just going to slowly pull it down. Okay, and then you see how I got my loop there. You want to tighten that up as tight as you can without breaking it. That's the hard part. And you only want to put about 2 or 3 loops around there. Then you're going to separate your 4 pieces, pull them back out of the way. Okay, and then we're going to come up here and we're going to tie the head off on this. Do a little whip finish to tie it off. Okay, you got to cut your thread off. You're done with that. Now what you need to do is you need to take all your yarn. You want your, like I said, you want your blood dot in the center on the top. You want to take all your yarn and you want to pull it up to the top. Pull it all up into one big ball. Now we're going to make the single egg. This is the part that takes a little bit of getting onto, a little bit of experimenting with. You try it on a single egg before you try it on your bunny leech, and then you want to take and you want to cut right pretty close to it. Okay, take and cut it off nice and level, and then you're going to take and you're going to spin it back all around the hook, the whole way around the hook. And then just take and trim it up, make it look nice and neat, make your egg look nice and round. And that's all that's to this fly. It's not really difficult to tie. You'll see on the top I got my little blood dot there from the micro yarn. It's not a real difficult fly to tie. It works real well up there on the Salmon River. Like I said, for the video quality here, it's going to be a little tough for me to trim this down, but I'm going to trim it down a little bit. I don't want it this big. I'll trim it down a little bit more when the video is done here, but you get the point. Just round it off, make it nice and round, make it look like an egg up there, and that's all that's to this fly. And I promise you, use it up there in New York or anywhere else you got your salmon run, something gonna, you know, after eggs, big aggressive fish like that, it's gonna work for you. Alright, thanks for watching our Egghead Bunny Leech video, and hope you enjoyed it and hope you can use it and it works out well for you. Anything you've seen in this video, all the material used to tie this fly, you can buy on our website, holsingersflyshop.com, so please check that out. You can click on our link down in the description on the video page, and also please subscribe to our channel. You get updates on when we post new videos, and you can be in the know on everything we do. We're going to do some different things. Hopefully here in the near future we're going to do some fly fishing instructional videos, take you out on the river and teach you some new techniques for fishing. Hope you enjoy everything. Check us out on holsingersflyshop.com. Thanks for watching.